recording
Oh,
again?
okay, no, that's not what I thought you said.
Yep, we're good. Okay. The time is now 11:21 and the executive session has been concluded. If any person who participated in the executive session believes that any substantial discussion of any matters not included in the motion to go into the executive session occurred during the executive session, or that any improper action occurred during the executive session in violation of the open meetings law, please state your concerns now for the record. Hearing none, we'll resume the regular meeting. We'll go straight into public comments at the end of the meeting. Please, Steve,
Yeah, good news first or bad news?
just hit us.
All right. Well, I guess the good news, I was listening to, Councilmember Tharp when you were deciding that, first land use thing. And I just had this image of, no, it was when you were talking about, the, awarding the, money out to the.
Oh,
five
distributing,
entities.
yeah.
And I had this image of, who was it that said something about ripping the baby in half?
Oh, I said splitting the baby.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. I had that image. From,
It's a reference
the
to
Bible.
Solomon.
Well, that was Solomon.
Yes.
Okay, so the bad news. So I'm still, really, upset about, Councilmember Edwards being on this county P and Z. Now we have two parameters. One is the appearance of impropriety, and the other one is direct and substantial benefit. Now, the appearance of impropriety definitely is strong here. The direct and substantial benefit, I think that's applied when you have a community that's relatively stable. In our community, we have this gentrification growth that's stunning at times. And I think there is a direct and substantial benefit for Mr. Edwards being on both of these committees. And then I noticed something today, a perceptible conflict of interest with Councilmember Thomas, because her husband is on the HPC. So the first land use thing, the HPC didn't support it, and she took exception to their claims. And the second one, the HPC supported it, and she had nothing to say about the thing of substance that I saw. So I saw a correlation there between of you supporting the HPC findings. Thank you kindly for your time.
Thank you, Steve. I'm just gonna make a wild assumption that there are no other members of the public in hiding that want to make a comment. And we'll move straight into mayor's report. You should have all received an invitation to a Laura meeting on the 30th of April at 6 p.m. I made it at this time based on Linda Mischau's availability and the availability that all of you had reported to me on just sort of like what day of the week works best. It is impossible to find a time that works for everybody. But that is my first best guess. What I would like to do at that meeting is establish a quarterly planned time to meet so that moving forward, we're not doing all of this doodle polls that where nothing really gels as a favorite. And, that's what I would like to do amongst other things at that meeting. Belinda's putting together the agenda and I have some things to add to it and I'll send that out. Last week or maybe the week before, Senator Bennett called me, which seemed a little strange. I was at my other job and he had some questions about like his campaign and why I thought the state should do better. And I was like, I don't get this opportunity every day. And so I spoke with him for like 20 minutes. It was really great. Him personally. And, so I, talked to him about, state preemption, over and local control. I talked to him about, you know, the impact of all of these cuts from a variety of sources and the impact of Tabor. But yeah, I felt like he's a very a good active listener, and like I said, I couldn't believe that he was, you know, literally, he was like, well, my handlers are telling me I have to go. But I talked to him for a good long time, so we'll see. Also, I just want to propose, I mean, like I said, our next agenda looks awful currently, but I would like to propose a discussion over some of the things that Becky Longberg and Christian brought forward tonight, talking about distribution of, even if we're not getting a sort of regular distribution like they requested, they did have some other things for their budget this year that they've brought to us before regarding, you know, the salary that we would be invoiced for, and more importantly, the impact fund that we don't need to be invoiced for. We just need to make a decision. And so if there's another council member who agrees with moving that forward with a discussion and, you know, possible resolution shortly thereafter, I would appreciate it.
Yeah,
Okay.
good discussion.
Okay.
For sure.
I do not anticipate that this will be on our next meeting, just because it looks like it. And that is all I have.
Mayor, one question. Do you want to add that to the agenda setting for a meeting of your choice that isn't?
That isn't the 21st.
Yeah, things may move around. So if there's movement,
Yeah.
Will you add it or do you want me to add it?
I will add it.
Okay.
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 Okay, council reports.
I have one very short one. I attended the recent rec meeting where we discussed next steps on the community center, and it felt very productive. The design team was kind of like showing us options and looking for really asking us to clarify, is it more of a recreation, like physical recreation space, or is it more of a multi-age gathering space, third space kind of thing? And it was good to sort through, and they took our input, and we'll kind of circle back now with next design phase.
Okay. Great.
Seems like the general tone was like, it should be more of a community gathering space than a physical activity recreation space, but not that it's totally excludes that, but it just might not be the dominant tone. There's also discussion of phasing it to make it more financially viable.
Shannon, great.
Yes, I just had a report super fast that the Easter egg hunt happened, and I wanted to publicly thank the mayor for your help and support, because we had to move our location. We held it at Ice Palace Park, and our estimates are over 100 children came out last Saturday. So just wanted to say thank you and to let you know that we had something good in our community this past weekend for fun.
I really appreciate the fast footwork that you did to keep that egg rolling. After Cooper closed early. I'm so sorry.
What did you say?
Good yolk.
I thought it was exceptional.
Other council reports?
We lost it.
Okay, you lost it. Oh, I have one other quick thing. I'm sorry, I forgot to put in, and that is, I am planning on, maybe once, maybe twice a month before our council meetings to sit at the high school in the cafeteria during lunchtime. This is, like the armed forces do this sometimes for recruitment, but just as a contact, and here's the agenda, and here's how to tune into council meetings, and do you have any questions? And, have you thought about running for council after you turn 18? Just to kind of increase that connection. For the time being.
So this was sitting, like, go to the high school and sit in the cafeteria.
So they
lunch, just so that-
accept guests during
Okay.
the high school lunches, and you can
Yeah.
just sit at a table and, talk to kids. And
Yeah.
I think that would be, I thought that sounded it was actually proposed to me
Yeah.
by somebody at school, and I was like, that sounds great.
Yeah, yeah.
So, just, so you know. Okay,
I had two very short ones. CJ Payne Mill, they were to have all their comments, the mill were supposed to have all their responses to comments back April 1st, and they requested an extension to May 1st. So we won't hear anything new on the mill until after May 1st. And then for the State Historical Fund grants, I wanted to let everybody know that our planning grant is now complete. I've got an email into Crystal to do the final financial report. So that should be wrapped up probably within the next month or so. And I did submit or resubmit the application to begin phase 1 rehabilitation of our foundation on April 1st, and we'll hear back from the state in early June.
yes, okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Let's just hope for good things all around.
Yes, hoping, fingers crossed.
Okay. Public meetings planner. I already closed out of my packet, so I can't even look at it.
Oops, I'm scrolling.
There's a bunch of them.
Yep. Let's see, can you go to
Yeah.
220? Oh my
There's no
God,
meeting
I
on the
saw those
14th,
too.
right?
There's no meeting on the 14th, correct?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, right, that, was a placeholder for a work session, correct?
Yes.
Oh, but there is the, Mr. LaChance wanted me to remind everybody, there is the open house comp plan. It's not a work session for you all, but it is the open house on the the 28th.
And this is, it's an open house for, on the comprehensive?
Correct. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's that what they're wanting to have that be sort of a celebration of it, you know, of the wrapping, essentially wrapping it up. So it's Lake County High School, 5:30 to 8:30. I talked to Mr. LaChance, and I think we are going to publicly notice it so that you can all attend. Possible, it would fall under the chance social gathering, but I think we did decide we would agendize it just in case.
And will we receive something? Have we already received something on that? I don't recall seeing something on, like, an invitation or an announcement or like, but anyhow, maybe I do have it.
I actually talked to Mr. LaChance about that, and I think it is forthcoming.
Okay.
But I have it because I subscribe to the One Community Project calendar. But I will find out how they're getting it out to you. I mean, for the moment, I can add you.
No, it's fine. It's-
No, I can't edit that, sorry.
Okay. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor? Aye. 11:35. Let's not do this again. Thank you all so much for your continued engagement.
Sorry. So that,
Hey, we're all here.
here we are.
Nobody won.
Nobody wins.
I'm here for a meeting tomorrow at 9. Can we sit down tomorrow and do resolutions? I have to sign proclamations. You guys know if we have to flow, but. Yeah. I don't make these every day. I am not even gonna take my computer home.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna plug it in.
I'll leave it after that.
This high school soccer game before I came here.
Yeah,
They were doing awesome.
that's awesome. I saw, it took me to realize that you were at the soccer